Hello, my name is Nadia Thomas, and this is my narrative PowerPoint for Etec 42402 on the web. Assistive technology. Assistive technology that I find helpful in the classroom are tablets or computers, audiobooks, talking spell checkers and dictionaries, modified keyboards. These are very important for students with hearing disabilities and vision disabilities, as well as autism and social impairments. If you watch my video here on the right, you will see an example of how technology is affecting students in the classroom that have autism. My experience and knowledge in the classroom. Honestly, my experience within the classroom as far as teaching goes is very minimal. I can only speak for the teachers that I've had and what I've experienced as a student. I am still in the early stages of earning my degree, so what I found to be in my field of expertise, which is English Lit, is reading, writing, and rhetorical analysis. If a student is unable to properly read text or write a paper or a project, class can be very hard for them. And I want to find ways that all my students could succeed in the classroom. My hobbies. What I do on a daily basis is read, write, I compose videos from time to time, and I do research for my major. I want to be very well adjusted when I become a teacher in the classroom. And I think my experience with reading and with writing stories would be able to help my students when they have to do certain projects. My philosophy. My philosophy for technology in the classroom is pretty simple. I think teachers have to be knowledgeable about what they're using so that they can teach their students how to use certain forms of technology. I think that they and I, as a teacher, should be able to make the lesson relatable using a technology medium. And I want to be very selective in the choices of technology that I use in the classroom because everything's not as appropriate as things that are currently being used in the classroom or things that could be used in the classroom. My beliefs and how I would share them with you guys. My beliefs, as I stated before in the previous slide, is that we know how to use the technology that we're going to be integrating in our classrooms. We have to set boundaries for our students so that they know what is appropriate, what is inappropriate for the technologies that they're using. There should be a proper form of etiquette at all times. I think that sharing in the classroom is very important. This is a way that students get to know each other better, get to see the perspective of their classmates, and I think presentations within the classroom are very helpful in showing the students the lesson plan and breaking it down so they better understand it. My favorite theory and most important belief in the classroom is that teachers have to form relationships with their students individually. If you know more about your students, their likes, their dislikes, their habits, things that are going on in their home, you have a better chance of making the lesson easier for them, and you can relate to them on a different level. Teaching methods that I discovered this semester. I really didn't discover too much. I just use a lot more of tools online that I normally don't. Um, I had a blog for years and I've never used it for a classroom assignment, so that was quite different for me. I've never built a website. That was the new thing. Um, and video composition. I've made videos, but I've never actually shared them on YouTube, so that was a new form of how to use technology in the classroom, and I think it was pretty neat. Another thing was Prezi, which I think would be very, very good for students that can't afford to probably buy PowerPoint, because Office, Microsoft is pretty expensive, and that would help students with financial um, problems in the home. Technology and school culture. I think technology helps to advance student learning. It definitely has improvement towards closing the gap between upper class and middle class students, as well as lower class students, because there's a common denominator with the technology and how they use it in the classroom that can help them all understand the lesson and be creative with how they present their projects. Technology helps students with disabilities, as I described before. It creates a more equal and fair environment for everyone. And it also broadens teaching styles. As a teacher or future teacher, some are set in ways on how to teach a lesson, and I think online tools can provide new ways, new innovative ways for teachers to relate to their students better through the lesson. Technology and how it helps students. I think technology mostly helps them share their ideas a lot more. It also helps things become more relatable to them so they can understand the lessons a lot easier. And instead of chastising them for using their cell phones in class, certain technologies could be used in ways to help them. And there could be projects created for cell phone use, etc. And projectors, of course, PowerPoint presentations as a teacher are very, very good. And I've always used these, and it seems to be one of the main things that students can pay attention to. Weekly lesson plans. I plan to use, of course, the projector screen, as I stated before, video homework assignments. I actually want to find a way to FaceTime students in case they have questions over the lessons that I give in class. I think audio text or like audiobooks is a very good tool to use. I find that in English classes, not everyone does the reading, so if they could hear the text being read to them, that would ease the pressure they feel on having to read certain texts. I will use YouTube and Prezi for them to present their projects with, and of course, computer and tablets and cell phones so they can access the web and share their ideas. References.